There are things that you can do before you file a bankruptcy case that can make your situation much worse. Some of my clients have made these mistakes, and I assure you they are extremely difficult to get fixed. One of the worst things you can do if you're considering filing a bankruptcy case is to start transferring assets out of your name. I'm not talking about a legitimate sale of something you own. If you own a car worth $5,000 and you sell it to raise money and you get $5,000, that's legitimate. You got something paid back as much as what it was worth. But if you give away an asset, or if you transfer an asset for far less than what it is really worth, you have gotten you and the person you have transferred this asset to in trouble. Those are called fraudulent conveyances. They can be reversed, the asset can be put back in your name, and it would be taken from you and used to pay your creditors. We urge you, do not transfer assets out of your hands unless you have had the chance to consult with us to determine whether or not what you are going to do is legitimate or is a preferential conveyance or a fraudulent conveyance. Another thing that you can do that can hurt yourself and other people is to repay back debts that you owe to family members. It seems natural and actually fair that you would want to pay debts to your mother or your brother that you owe to them. However, if you make payments of a debt to a family member within a year of filing a bankruptcy case, they may be considered to have received preferential treatment over your other creditors. Preferential treatment isn't my word, that's a legal term of art. It means you have preferred to pay some creditors over others, and if you prefer to pay your family members over your other creditors, that's a problem. The problem is when you file a bankruptcy case, the bankruptcy trustee, the attorney I said that meets with you, decides whether you own assets that can be used to pay your debts. That's one of the things he looks for. If you've transferred assets to your family members or friends, or you have paid back debts to them, you will be asked point blank under oath if you have done that. If you fail to reveal that information, you have just committed a felony. If you reveal the information, you have just gotten your family member under the scrutiny of a federal government official. I assume that most people do not want their family members involved in their bankruptcy cases. Therefore, do not use them to transfer assets to. Do not pay back debts that you owe to them unless you have consulted with us and we have determined that what you are proposing to do is legitimate and could be approved by the court. We also recommend you never consider spending money out of your pension plans to solve your debt problems. That is a terrible idea. You may be exhausting yourself of one of the few assets that you're going to really need once you retire. If you have financial assets in pension plans, consider consulting with us first before you touch those. Those are normally protected assets. You can expect in most cases you will keep all of those assets if you file a bankruptcy case. So we hate to see you lose them in an attempt to fix your financial problems. Of course, the worst thing someone can do is the straight felony of hiding assets and of refusing to disclose or to produce them when they are discovered. Well, that will get you kicked out of bankruptcy, and every day I read about some celebrity who's sentenced to jail because they filed bankruptcy and did not disclose all of their assets. If you cooperate with the system, if you do not take any actions that are going to draw into question your motives, if you are transparent about your financial condition and work with us, we can get you through a bankruptcy case without making it an ordeal for you or possibly some of your family members.